I'd like to welcome everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you have any cellular devices, if you could put them on silent, it would be greatly appreciated. Mr. Keith Guidry with the Salt Lafourche Levy District, could you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Guidry. Mr. Sherman, can you do roll call?
Yes, sir. Okay. Seat A, Chucky Sherman, here. Seat B, Thomas Petrie III.
Here.
Seat C, Jimmy Lafont.
Here.
Seat D, Rodney J. Giscolaire.
Here.
Seat E, Reggie Leggett.
Here.
Seat F, Chad Colley.
Here.
Seat G, John Mellison.
Here.
Seat H, Mike Colley.
Here.
Seat I, Chris Colley.
Here.
You have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. Next, can I get a motion to approve the minutes for March 12th, 2025?
Move.
Moved by Reggie Leday, second by Mike Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have Executive Director's Report. Mr. Chasson.
Thank you, Mr. President. First is our Northern Expansion Slip D Bulkhead, GIS Engineering.
GIS engineer's not here today, so I'll give you the update. Dynamic Group is the contractor on that project. It is progressing well. They're close to actually completing the driving of the steel sheet pile, and they continue driving concrete pile, and actually are getting ready to start forming and following the concrete pile driving with the concrete poured dead man. So the job is progressing well.
Okay, any questions? Okay, moving on to airport projects. The first is the aircraft operations, Davey.
Operations for last month, 1,371. We had 9,670 passengers visit the airport. And vehicle count, we should have that up and running next month. We have a new vehicle counter that's being calibrated, and it'll be ready for next month.
Any questions? Okay, the Airport Connector Road and Bridge, PCO and Associates.
Sea Level Construction is the contractor. They continue to making progress on site with electrical equipment, and they also making progress on off-site on the machinery. The machinery right now is scheduled to be delivered sometime in May, and in the last week or so, they have made significant progress to that event. So we'll continue monitoring them, and hopefully they'll deliver as promised in sometime in May, and then we'll be able to make the project move forward quicker.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay, the FBO Terminal. Davey.
FBO Terminal, Barney Talbot is the contractor on that project. They have poured the pile caps, the concrete beams. They're getting ready to pour the finished slab on that project.
All right. Any questions? Okay, the fuel system rehabilitation.
On the fuel system, Voluth is the contractor. They have installed the 2 fuel tanks and the avgas tank. They're running the piping to that. And then the aviation jet fuel, there is a delay on a few pieces on that, but they should be coming in soon, and they'll be hooking that one up as well.
Okay. Any questions? All right, the airport hangar replacement.
Hangar replacement, Freetown Builders is the contractor. He did drive the additional steel piles on the perimeter. They're putting the caps, metal caps on them, and they're getting ready to pour those and tie them into the existing slab. The building has been ordered on that project.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you, Davey. All right, other projects. First is the breakwater repairs, Angelique Design.
Rigid is the contractor on this project. They do have the west jetty repair done, which took a little over a barge. They've unloaded the remainder of that barge as well as an additional barge into the Gulf of America to fix the 12 existing breakwater barges. Weather was very good yesterday finally, so we're expecting some good progress over the next few weeks. They're anticipating a total of 24 barges, so they still have about 21 barges left to unload.
Awesome. That's a lot. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay, the Fouchon Beach project.
All right, we took bids on this project, received a low bid of $19,648,200. from onshore contractors, and we're recommending that this be awarded at the May meeting.
Okay. Any questions for Neil? Okay, thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
All right, the flotation canal and front commercial marina dredge project.
Dredging the contractor, they are complete except for punch list items. They did tell us like in the third week of April, they're gonna move on site to complete all those punch list items. We do have the payment of the retainage on the agenda. They did give us a clear lien certificate, so we are gonna pay them the retainage. But we're still holding back money to do the punch list items.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you,
All
Joe.
right.
Concludes my report, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have public comment for the upcoming agenda items. Do we have any public comment? All right, we'll continue on by going into committee reports, executive committee. We'll begin, excuse me. Executive committee consists of John Mellison, chairman, Mr. Chucky Sheremy, Mike Calais, and Mr. Jimmy LaFont. We'll continue on by consider approving the amendment to GLF 300 Belpass Marina to install cement revetment mats.
All right, these cement revetment mats are mats that we've had in storage. They would like to improve the site with them, so the cost for those we would add to their lease as improvement. Recommendation to approve.
Any questions?
I'll move.
Motion by Mr. Sheremy, need a second? Second by Tom Petrie. Any discussion? Mr. Avocat, being we start with,
You still have to take public comment for each item.
y'all read too many rules, Avocat. But we will work on that, all right, man. Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, consider approving the extension of landowner lease L441 with Louisiana Land and Exploration.
All right, that lease currently ends on March 31st of 2044. Due to some upcoming leases, we wanted to extend that to further than that for our tenant leases. So this is now going to extend to March 31st, 2074. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Chris Colley, second by Michael Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from T&M Food Service to amend lease location.
All right, T&M Food Service is currently at the, behind the trucks, the old truck stop. They want to move to the recently vacated lease of GLF 199A. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Rodney Gisclair, second by Jimmy LaFont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from FAA for airport property to construct and operate a communications facility.
Okay, FAA would like to construct a remote communications air and ground facility and a remote transmitter receiver that provide radio communications in support of aviation operations at the airport. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Reggie Leday, second by Tom Petrie. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from Travis Dway to lease site SLIP-3.
This is a 65-acre lease. A recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Chad Colley, second by Rodney Gisclair. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from Fouchon Heavy Lift to renew GLF 402-3 lease.
All right, this lease concludes May 31st of 2025. The request is to extend to May 31st, 2042. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Michael Colley, second by Chucky Sheremy. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
I abstain, Mr. President.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the amendment to WBL-1 Argent LNG to extend time frame for preliminary milestones.
All right, we have these preliminary milestones that are currently, the deadline is to reach at least one milestone by January 1st, 2027. They asked for it to be extended to January 1st, 2028. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Thomas Petrie. Second. Second by Chad Kale. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have consider approving the purchase of property west of Bayou Lafourche from State Land Office.
All right, this is about 760 acres. You can see on the screen the area that we're interested in purchasing. We're in the process of getting that surveyed and appraised, and we're negotiating. We're going to be negotiating with State Land's office. Recommendation to approve.
And that would be for the Argent site for LNG, if you
that
want to
is
explain
correct.
to our viewers.
Yeah, so Argent LNG is in need of more property than the 144 acres that we currently have on that corner. I think this is going to be more than what Argent LNG absolutely needs, but it's at this time, since we're doing the idea of more property for them, we figured we'd go and get everything we possibly could in that area so we can have some control over the entire west bank of Bell Pass.
And the reason for needing more land is because the requirement to have a buffer zone?
Yeah, the footprint of the project is larger than any of the proposed projects we've had in the past.
Okay.
As well as, because it's larger, they need more area for a buffer zone. Correct.
Thank you, gentlemen. Need a motion?
I'll move.
Moved by Mr. Sherman.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kale. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, consider approving the request from Argent LNG for a right of first refusal on the property west of Bayou Lafourche.
As we discussed earlier, as they're part of their process to get to the FERC, Federal Energy Regulatory Commission pre-filing process, it would be good for them to have a footprint now. So they would like a right of first refusal on the property that we're purchasing from the state. They won't need it all, obviously, but it's for their ability to start putting their preliminary plans together.
Need a motion? Moved by Rodney Gisclair, second by Michael Kale. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And last, we have consider approving the resolution requesting approval from the Attorney General to hire special attorney for consultation and representation on the deep draft expansion issues.
So this is a request for us to hire Llewellyn Petrie to represent us for some of these deep draft and expansion issues. Recommendation to approve.
Need a motion? Moved by Chad Kale.
Second.
Second by Jimmy LaFont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That concludes the executive committee report, and we'll be moving into permits and waterways. And chairman is Chris Kale, chairman, Chucky Sheremy, Chad Kale, and John Melanson. Mr. Kale.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. President. First, we'll start by reviewing permits from Canthium and Bayou Bouillon Operating. Canthium LLC, conduct geophysical seismic survey in Bay Marchand. This is a revision. Request for extension of the permit term has been received. Next, we have Bayou Bouillon Operating LLC, proposal to dredge, drill 5 well prospects, and install associate shell pads, flow lines, and structures within Hackberry Bay. And Mr. President, this concludes the Permits and Waterways Committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Kale. Next, we'll move into construction and development, and committee chair is Reggie Leday, chairman, Chris Kale, Tom Petrie, and John Melanson. Mr. Leday.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. President. Consider accepting the clear lien certificate from Coastal Dredging for the Flotation Canal and Front Marina Dredge Project.
All right, this project is, has a clear lien and a recommendation to approve.
Mr. Lede, can I get a motion from you? Got a motion from Mr. Lede, need a
Second.
second from Mr. Chris Kale. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, that concludes the construction and development report.
Thank you, Mr. Lede. Next, we'll move into Finance Committee, and Committee Chair is Rodney Gisclair. Members are Mike Kale, Tom Petrie, and John Melanson. Mr. Gisclair.
Thank you, Mr. President. First off, we'll consider approving payment of March invoices and recognizing expenditures over $25,000. First, we have Dynamic Group, $1,220,627.04, and this is for Slip D bulkhead. Lafourche Parish Fire District Number 3, $205,795.20, and that's an intergovernmental agreement. Thirdly, we have Coastal Dredging Company, Inc., for a total $184,850.36, and it's for the dredging of Flotation Canal and Front Commercial Marina. Next, we have GIS Engineering, $142,525.25, and that is for Bell Pass Channel Deepening, Fouchon Island, Fouchon Marsh Creation, Slip D Bulkhead, Master Plan, and General Consulting. Next, we have Freetown Builders, $139,762.54, and this is for the airport hangar building reconstruction. Next, Picciola and Associates, $101,751.25, and that's for Airport Connector Bridge and Connector Road, Flotation Canal Shoreline Protection Project, bulkhead at Fouchon Pavilion and mitigation permit, bridge at Airport Pump Station. Next is Angela Design LLC, $59,030.46 for Fouchon Beach Maintenance, Restoration, and Protection, Baie-Lafourche Flotation Canal Bulkhead, Fouchon Breakwaters. Next, we have BET Construction, Inc., $36,657.25, and that's for the FBO Terminal Building.
And that was 38,000 rather than
$38,657.25. Thank you, Mr. Director.
Thank you, sir.
Next is H. Worth Elevator Service LLC, $32,498.80, and that's for repairs to the EOC elevator. Next, we have Sail Plan Maritime, Inc., $30,000. And that's for emissions monitoring capability and air quality report. And these, along with all our other expenditures, including those over $25,000, is $3,292,835.34. Mr. President, I move that we accept these expenditures.
Thank you. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Reggie Lede.
I'll abstain, Mr. President.
We'll get to that.
Okay. I don't want you to forget this.
All right. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Any abstentions?
Yes, abstain.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next, we'll consider approving the unaudited financial budget for this month. And we reviewed this on Monday night in our committee meetings and make a motion that we accept.
Need a second? Second by Michael Kale. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Next on the agenda, we have consider approving out-of-state travel requests. And these are Mr. Kenneth Thorpe, Harbor Police Officer, will be attending the RCTA Commercial Vehicle Interdiction Training in Meridian, Mississippi, May 19th through the 22nd, 2025. Next, Scott Bynum, attending the National Homeland Security Conference in Washington, D.C., August the 24th through the 28th, 2025. Next, we have Chet Sasson, Executive Director with Port Commissioners to be determined, to attend the AAPA Annual Convention, Quebec City, Canada, October 5th through the 9th, 2025. And I'll make a motion that we accept these travel requests.
Need a second? Mr. Chad Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
That concludes the Finance Committee report. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Gisclair. Next, we'll move into any other business. Mr. Chasson, can you recognize our special guest in the audience today?
Yeah, we have Selene Kiger with the Chamber, thank you. We have Councilman Daniel Rain, thank you. And we have Board Member Rome, Board Member Guidry from the Southwest Levy District, thank y'all for being here. And thanks to our staff who don't have to be here.
We appreciate
Ms.
y'all.
Gina, thank you very much. The rest of them have to be here, but you don't, so thank you for coming to the meeting. All right.
All right.
And it is, I'd like to recognize Mr. Chris Colley for his birthday today.
25th
Happy
birthday.
birthday, sir.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Mr. Sherman, you have any special events to announce
Yeah,
for
we
us?
have the Knights of Columbus. We're holding the Cajun Coon Crawfish Ball on May 10th. We're asking everyone to go and support it if they don't mind. And also on behalf of the board, the commissioners and our Port Commission, I'd like to wish everyone have a good Easter, a happy Easter, be safe. We got Good Friday coming up. As usual, my number one thing is everybody be safe on that water, especially in Grand Isle, and hit the beach and be on there in life jackets. Remember, it's getting warm. People are gonna be out there with their kids. Put life jackets on. I mean, you're older, you don't have to, but everyone with the kids wear life jackets. And have a happy Easter, everyone, from behalf of the Great Lafourche Port Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. Any other public comment?
Oh, Lynn.
Lynn? Come on up, Lynn.
Good morning, Lynn Kiger, President of the Golden Metafushon Tarpon Rodeo, for the purposes of my public comments. As you all know, as you probably all know, we're planning the Golden Metafushon Tarpon Rodeo 4th of July weekend. And in the event that you did not know, it is the 75th annual Golden Metafushon Tarpon Rodeo. And also, we're pleased to have your Executive Director, Chet Chasson, serve as our Admiral this year. And this event cannot happen without the community support, specifically the Golden Metafushon Tarpon, specifically the Great Lafourche Port Commission. So I'm here to ask for your support again, and as well as the support of the community, individuals and businesses in this room, and answer any questions you may have.
Who's our admiral once again?
Executive Director Chet Chasson.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thanks. Thanks. We're excited about that weekend.
And where's the rodeo gonna be held?
Well, with your support, it'll be held at the Fouchon Pavilion, the new Fouchon Pavilion.
The new Fouchon Pavilion. That's right. Third year at the
Yes,
pavilion.
it'll be third year there.
Yeah.
Can I get that in writing?
Yeah, you can. Verbally and in writing.
All right.
Thank you all for your support. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lou.
Any other public comment? The Greater Lafourche Port Commission would like to thank our viewers and those who attended today. And please remember, we are Port Fourchon, ready today, ready tomorrow, proud to serve. Need a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. LaFont. Second by Mr. Tom Petrie. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.